Hello and welcome to my track guide for Hamilton, which will be the scene of round 3 of the TRM V8 Supercar series. So Hamilton, being a street circuit, has a number of quirks that we don't usually get on a racetrack. So particularly a lack of grip, which is further compounded by us using endurance tyres only this weekend, along with the real life series, and also walls. There's a lot of walls and they're very close to the track, so of course if you make a mistake there's probably something going to give you some damage. Another problem is also a lot of bumps. There's quite a few bumps on some of the corners, so I'll try and point those out as we go round. Now I'm going to show you 2 laps around the circuits. The first one will be a step-by-step corner guide, followed by a full flat hot lap that you can watch with a brief description of what I'm doing. So we're sitting here on the start-finish straight at Hamilton, in foot flat to the floor, 6th gear, gathering speed, heading for turn 1. Now the front straight is quite a short front straight, and it's, if your mind wanders going down the front straight, you'll find yourself missing the braking point for turn 1, which comes up very quickly after you cross the line. It's probably not a good idea to check your time as you cross the line here and wait till after turn 1. As I say, turn 1's coming up very quickly, and we'll be braking just before the 200-metre mark, where we'll get hard on the brakes and slow it down all the way down to 2nd gear for the turning point. So here we go. Brake just before the 200 barrier. 2nd gear, turn in, a few bumps just there, a bit of oversteer, and hard on the power up towards turn 2. Now turn 2, the run up towards it is quite dark, so I like to turn the lights on the car, headlights on, and might just help just to pick the braking point that bit easier. Turn 2 itself, very similar to turn 1, not quite 180 degree hairpin, but not far off. You're approaching it slightly slower, and it's also slightly wider, I think, so you can brake slightly earlier, or slightly later rather, around about the 150 metre board, just before the 150 metre board if you want to be on the safe side. And again, just a standard hairpin, turn in, get on the power as soon as you can, or as soon as you trust the back end, and head up towards turn 3. Here we go. So look for that 150 board, brake now, hard down into 2nd gear, turn in, a lot of bumps, bump just there, another bump there, so they will upset the car. You don't really want to get on the power too hard over those bumps because you'll have some problems. Now, the next section of track, this next corner is probably most important for the whole track. It starts off with a kink right, followed by a long left-hander. Now I like to brake just around about the 100 metre board, and try and get as far over to the right as you can without touching the wall, and then hug the apex on the left. And as soon as you see the exit, hard on the power in 2nd or possibly 3rd gear if you feel like you've got too much oversteer in the car, and get hard on the power for the back straight. It's very important to get a good exit out of here. Probably worth sacrificing the entry somewhat to get a good exit. So the 100 metre board, brake now, just out to the right, then turn back, get onto the edge of the curb, and hard on the power for the back straight. Now the run up towards this flip-flop chicane, I guess we'll call turn 4, as I say, it's flat out, so you want to be over to the right hand side, and as you approach the corner just look for the gap between the tyres, point it through, and you should be able to get through there flat. In qualifying, definitely. In the race, maybe worth a slight lift, and you certainly can't go through there too wide, so I guess whoever's behind needs to probably think it's a good idea to back out, otherwise there's going to be a big accident. The tyre barriers are not ghost tyre barriers, they are there, so if you hit them you'll tend to sort of barrel roll through the air and be the end of the race straight away. So just aim for those tyre barriers, point right through the middle, bounce over the 3 curbs, and then you're rapidly approaching turn 5 now, which comes up very quickly. So again, you're almost at full speed in 6th gear. Now if you've gone flat through that corner, that chicane, you need to be braking well before the 100 metre board. There's no other boards around, which doesn't help. There's markings on the road, but you want to be braking well before that black mark as well. So we'll go on board, brake right about now, hard on the brakes. Now this next corner, it's quite loose, this corner. You'll find the car dances all over the place, and certainly try and avoid that curb on the exit, because it does make life awkward. Noticeably, I didn't manage to avoid that curb. Try and get off it as quickly as you can and get hard on the power up towards turn 6. Now turns 6, 7 and 8 really all lead into one another, so this first section is probably quite important really, but the second turn is very important really for your overall line through the whole thing. Now I like to brake just as you come out of the shadow of the bridge coming up, as you can see just in front of us. You want to hit the brakes hard and use all of the track. You can run over the curb on the inside and take quite a lot of speed through this corner if you get it right, and then get straight over to the right hand side for the next left-hander. So look for the bridge, brake now, hard on the brakes, turn in, use all that curb. Now get over to the right as much as you can. You don't want to get right over to the right hand side because you're probably going too slow to do it, but you certainly need to get over towards the middle. Now this next corner you can use some of the curb on the inside. You want to hit the curb and try and stay certainly left of centre of the track, otherwise you'll ruin your line into the final right-hander. So let it go over the curb, stay over towards the middle and get as far left as you can for the final right. Now this final section of track, a short little straight here followed by right-hand kink. Again you've got to get right over to the right-hand side for the final corner. Let this drive through. To the right hand side. Now just before the 50 metre mark you brake hard. Sometimes you can do it in third. If you want to guarantee your speed a bit more onto the straight, probably third's ideal. Second gear however might be a bit safer because you need to obviously get through the corner quickly, and that will help in second gear. Third gear is ideal. It will stop the back end stepping out a little bit and you might be able to get on the power earlier, but whatever you do you need to carry speed out of this corner for the run up the hill towards turn 1 again. So let it go through, just going to hit the brakes now, a bit loose on entry, clip the curb, hard on the power, brakes come up on, pits come up on the right and then you're flat on the floor as you approach the start finish line to start on the lap. So now it's time for an onboard lap all the way around Hamilton. So as you come across the start finish line, hit the brakes at the 200 mark, turn in second gear, just a couple of little bumps there, a bit loose on exit, hard on the power on this next straight, a bit dark, so look for that brake just before the 150 board, and hit the brakes now, brake hard, all the way down second gear, bump just here and another one just there, so avoid those, don't get too hard on the power. Now up towards turn 3, hit the brakes pad on the board, get out right over to the right hand side, then hook the apex on the left, hard on the power now onto the back straight, and get over to the right hand side. It's important now, so get over to the right, you're going to aim for the gap between the bollards, bounce over the 3 curves, and then hit the brakes now for this next corner. A bit loose on the entry, try and avoid this curve on the exit if you can, don't really want to bounce over it. And hard on the power again, up towards the last few corners. The brakes just as you come out of the shadows. Take all the curb on the inside. Now run wide. Run tight on with the curb on the left. Don't run too far out to the right. Turn in for the final right-hander. And just breeze through this section. Now get over to the right-hand side. Hit the brakes at the 50 board. A bit loose again on entry, and then hard on the power onto the front straight for the final time to complete a hot lap around Hamilton. Hope you enjoyed that.